Hi Scorpios, how are you? This is Shooting Stars Tarot. I'm so glad to be back. Welcome to your August 2018 Life and Love reading. No extendeds this month. I'm starting to do dailies starting today, and I'm not doing private readings for the immediate future. So, here we are. Scorpios, what's going on? Spirit and Universe, what are the messages for Scorpios this August? What are the messages for Scorpios this August 2018? I got a comment on the videos I posted yesterday from some girl or guy, whatever, catfish, whatever, because I'm so excited to be back doing this. And they go, "Don't come back. Goodbye." I'm like, you took the time. If you don't like my videos and you took the time to click on it, and then you even took more time to make a lame ass comment like that, then I just feel embarrassed for you. Okay, I just thought it was funny. I actually laughed so hard. How people use their time, right? Okay. Scorpios, let's look at this. Okay, I'm prefacing all of this. Yes, we're in eclipse season. Yes, there's a lot of planets retrograde. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going into that aspect because I think we're all aware and I think we've all been kind of over bombarded with that stuff. So, where are you? You are facing a pretty big decision. And with this moon here and the water behind her and the blindfold on, she is purposefully not choosing. She's telling herself, I'm not ready to make the decision. I don't feel like I have to make this decision right now. Or she's afraid to make the decision. Now, one thing I want to point out in this deck. Can you see two things? First of all, the purple color in these flowers, and the second thing is those little fairies. They're so cute. But you see this purple is representative of knowledge and royalty. So it's very interesting that in this deck, the artist has chosen to, who is the artist? Use that color. Who's the artist? 1 second. Ellen Dugan made the cards, and then they were illustrated by Mark Evans. They should get credit because this is a very beautiful, very, very beautiful deck. So, I like that Mark and Ellen chose to use the color purple. And as you can see, I chose to use this cloth with a lot of purple in it. Specifically because as we've gone through this Cancer season that was so utterly, energetically, and emotionally tearing us apart from the inside out, frankly, everyone. And it had to do with the retrogrades and where Rahu and Ketu are, and it had just to do with the Chiron being retrograde and where the Uranus transit, all of that stuff made this past Cancer season especially hard, difficult. So what do we learn from that? And what did we learn from ourselves and other people in dealing with the energetic craziness that was the past month? Well, we've all gained a lot of knowledge. We also have learned to listen to things around us, to pay attention. That's kind of why these fairies are denoted here. So even though, Scorpios, you may be a little fearful about making this decision, it is definitely time, and you have the knowledge. You've learned, not that you had to learn a lesson by any means, but you have learned and gone through energetically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, what you have needed to go through to enable you to move forward in this Leo season with vigor, grace, and wisdom, frankly. So this decision that is feeling very daunting to you is, as you progress through August, will not feel so daunting. And I'm saying that because of all of these other cards that are here. Okay. We see the Ten of Swords reversed. Good. Again, coming out of this bullshit Cancer season and heavy Cancer season, and slowly re-emerging a more knowledgeable, humble human being. Not you, everybody. But this is your reading. Are we even keeled? Yeah. After that Cancer season, yeah, we are all humbled. We are all even keeled now. So, let's talk about this. We have the Wheel of Fortune, you have Strength, and then we have the Two of Wands. Right out of the gate, Scorpios. So again, back to this decision, back to this knowledge, back to signs and symbols that the fairies, I don't get into the fairy thing. I'm not a fan of fairies and fairy talk at all. But if you are, that's what these represent. What the universe in the signs and symbols, they're around us, they're supporting us, they're trying to give us what we want. We have to get out of our own way. Take that blindfold off, make a move. Because when you do, what do we have? Self-confidence, self-esteem, which you already have. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Things will work out in your favor. This decision that you're afraid to make, it will go well. You'll get what you want. It's burdensome. It's stressing you out. But again, look how close he is to being home. Just keep going. Just keep going. Excuse me. We have defenses are up. We have the Hermit reversed in the World. You have a lot of major arcana, actually. Wow. Temperance, Wheel of Fortune, Strength, World, Hermit, the Star. So with the World reversed, it's almost time to move to the next phase. Okay, with this here, with defenses being up, with either you're needing to go into a place of introspection, or you're ignoring that you have to do this, or you've already done it and now you're coming out of that with newfound energy in Leo season. Either one of those is you're either ready or you need to do this, then make the decision, then this card will turn around. So you're right at the end phases where you're going to begin to enter a new phase. One thing you need to consider now, if this is a love reading for you, I'm trying to keep these fairly general, but I try to pull in a little bit of love. If this is a love reading for you, right, you could definitely be dealing with an air sign. You could definitely be dealing with an air sign. You could be dealing with an air sign and a fire sign that comes in and out of your life. They could be an air sign with fire in their chart or vice versa. So this is somebody that comes in and out, very charismatic, very beautiful, very social, right? And the Knight of Wands is not a bad card, even though we always refer to it in this community as, a person that comes in and out of our life, and they're the ex that comes back, and they're charismatic and narcissistic and blah, blah, blah. It can mean those things, definitely. But I want to elevate that concept of this card a little bit to not necessarily give it a negative connotation. It is a fresh energy. It is charismatic. It is energetic. It is beautiful. It is bright. People do look. So whatever that means for you, it can also be temporary, rushing in, rushing out. But it doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. Take on that energy, accept it. Don't get taken advantage of, right? Because then you're going to have to heal. So there's something concerning that I'm seeing as I continue to look at these three cards. So this could be someone that's in your life. Please leave comments below so I know if it is somebody in your life or if it's you taking on this energy. Because to have this be one person's energy here is a little bothersome, because when we talk about narcissism and when we talk about overly charismatic and not so, and basically overly uncaring of emotions, and when we combine that with the Queen of Swords reversed, which is definitely deceitful and manipulation, very, very vindictive and angry, then that is not a good energy. Then there's something that is going to cause serious need for healing down the road. So with that being said, if there's somebody like that in your life, be cautious, be careful, do keep your guard up. Maybe that's why you're afraid to make this decision, because you don't want to decide or realize that that's what's happening. But here's the thing, Scorpios, is you do know that's why the fear is there. That's why the pause is there, because you already know it's a lost cause. You're a water sign. You read that from the get-go. So don't emulate this energy and make it worse. Deal with it appropriately, maturely. Now, if this is you taking on this energy, and we don't want to say that this is bad energy, this can be very bad energy, but if we want to have a positive spin on it, okay? We'll go with this route, with this star card reversed. There could have been something that was very manipulative and something that happened that caused a great deal of anger and this churning of wanting to be vindictive, this vengeful energy that you might not be fully over yet, or they might not be fully over yet. There possibly still needs to be healing. But what we don't want to lose sight of with this card, Scorpios or cross watchers, is that this card also has to do with maintaining faith and belief in the goodness of humanity, of ourselves, and how being humble and having humility for the purpose of helping others is a good thing. So we don't want to lose sight of this. If this is saying that you or somebody needs to heal and they're not going through that process yet, start that process. Scorpios, remember my annual video that I did for you? Remember how I said it was going to be wavy? I feel like I say this every month to you because it probably is wavy. You might be coming back into memories of this place. When Saturn's retrograde, when Mars is retrograde, it causes, it's more palpable than when just Venus is retrograde or when just Mercury is retrograde. Okay, that Saturn retrograde with Mars, which is your ruler, can bring up and be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very, very triggering to start to replay these moments, these conversations in our mind. So be a little conscientious of that. If you're going in that pathway, recognize that that's what's happening and kind of force yourself to step out of it. Now, that's what this could mean. That's what I was trying to say with all of this. That's what this could mean. That's what this could mean, to just charge ahead in a positive direction, in an optimistic direction. All right, if you're getting sucked back into those spinning thoughts of emotional abuse, psychological abuse, if that is occurring to you, hopefully none of you. But if it is, turn your back on the fact that or not turn your back on, recognize it. Actually, more importantly, I'm saying turn your back because she's looking towards the past. She's looking towards the past. Turn your back on the fact that these are recurring memories. It's not the reality. And so realize that that's what it was. It's still painful. It still hurts. There's still probably healing that is occurring. But understand that and put it into a group and be like, that's what that was. And then fill your life up with, especially, just during this time, because it's kind of crazy with these retrogrades. It's churning up a lot of things. And that's with these eclipses too. There's a lot of kind of forced letting go, and it hasn't been fun for a lot of people. So this isn't just you. So just be conscientious of that and do your best to maintain optimism. That's why these wands in this tarot deck and most tarot decks always are budding light or flowers or leaves. All right, charge ahead. All right, let's pull some clarifiers. I didn't mean to go on that long about that. I keep remembering this time that you guys had at the middle to end last year, and it's just, that stuff takes time to get through. Please clarify this world. Please clarify this world card for Scorpios. The good news is that we have the Ten of Swords reversed. So you've been getting through this. Again, with the wisdom. The owl, the wisdom. The purple flowers, the wisdom. All right? The wisdom, the wisdom. We are gaining, you are gaining immeasurable, invaluable amounts of wisdom. Please clarify this world card for Scorpios. I just talked to Libras about this. In fact, I bet this is still on the bottom of the deck. This deck in particular, usually, right, he's looking at the past, he's looking towards the 3 cups that are spilled, completely ignoring and not acknowledging the cups that are still there. Okay, we know this. We've seen this card a million times. Cool. What about this deck? Right? She's sitting on firm ground amidst rough waters, for one. So she's still involved in the rough waters. She's still sitting amidst them, but she has done her best, even though she's mostly should be living in the water, right? Because she's a mermaid. Making it a point to sit on the ground, grounding herself. To the side of her, not in front, not in back, to the side of her are 3 cups. So she's not ignoring the fact that this happened. She's not just pushing this out of her mind, okay? This is a healthy response to a very bad situation. Shit happened. I'm acknowledging it. What did I learn from it? Where's the other purple flowers? What did I learn from it? What did I learn from it? Okay, it's made me who I am now. I am wiser. I am better. I am smarter. That's what this chest is. That's the bounty that she learned, the wisdom that was gained from going through the bullshit. Okay? You take something with you when you go through that. It feels empty. Okay? It can be the darkest place in the universe emotionally. It can be spiritually. But we learn from that, and the strength that we gain is immeasurable. Also, right next to those cups, also to the side of her, so she's not ignorant to the fact that she's not being like everything's going to be blissful and good now. She's not ignorant to the fact that they are upright. But she's also understanding that there are new lessons. You see how this one's open, this one's closed? She has yet to learn what these will offer. What lessons and experiences she will gain. This box will remain closed until she picks up those cups and experiences them. This is a beautiful card with very important concepts to it. Take some time and think about this and your current situation, your past situation, and how you're feeling, where you want to be, what you might be missing. I'm not blaming you, but we can get caught up mentally here and forget that we can kind of force this in times. And when we have those wavy moments, we can choose to not stay stuck there. So take a moment and really look at that, Scorpios. Grounded. They're on the side of her. What did she learn? What will she learn? So while this is a card of regret, there's a lot of positivity to this card. So why is this world reversed? Well, because she has yet to pick up those cups and get that box opened. Okay. Let's clarify this Knight of Wands. Please clarify this Knight of Wands for Scorpios. the Magician, reversed. So again, I think this is manipulation. I think it was Geminis that I was speaking to about. They had this card reversed too, almost in the same position, and it, for their reading, and I know this is not their reading, I know, but for their reading, the message was quite different. It was that they didn't have to do anything. It definitely was the other person that needed to take the action, the other person that needed to do the manifesting in the relationship. Theirs was heavily a relationship reading. Yours is kind of leaning that way. But when we look at the Knight of Wands, the Magician reversed, the Star reversed, the Queen of Swords reversed, there is this extremely narcissistic and abusive energy connotation to that, those placements of those cards. So be careful. All right? And just understand that's why these cups are on the side of her, because she's not forgetting the fact that this happened. She's not ignoring it. She's not blocking these from her mind. They're making her who she is in a positive way. She's making sure she's grounded now. That's what you need to take away from this, Scorpios. And I hope this reading isn't for anybody. But if it resonates, please leave your comments below so others can understand that others are going through this too. So this is very important because there's a cautiousness to pick up another cup. But if you don't pick up the other cup, you're also never going to open that box. All right? And I'm not talking about running off and getting in another relationship. I'm not talking about running off and getting a new job because you're just pissed at your boss. I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about an awareness of where these emotions are coming from, an awareness of where they can go, where they should go, where you want them to go, where you can direct them. You're extremely powerful, Scorpios, with Mars being your ruler. It doesn't feel like that now because of its retrograde, because of everything else that's going on. But you are an extreme driving force, and be proud of that because a lot of other signs don't have that capability. All right? And I think you already know that because you have this keen sense of intuition. So be very, very proud of that. But don't let this get you down. All right? It already has enough. All right? Enough. All right? Let's pull some outcome and some clarifier or advice and guidance messages. That's why there's this fear for making the decision. But what you need to realize, Scorpios, is you are on firm ground now. You are on sure footing. Again, not placating the emotions, not pushing them aside. Still in touch with them, but also very grounded. Slow, grounded, honest, trustworthy, truthful messages and communication. Okay, is what needs to be coming from you and what you need to have coming towards you. So really try not to get caught into this, even if these are memories of the past. All right. It can cause PTSD, it can cause hypervigilance, Stockholm syndrome, all that stuff. Try not to stay in that space. Really. Okay, advice and guidance. I'm not taking that because they really slipped. All right. Outcome and advice and guidance for Scorpios. Outcome and advice and guidance for Scorpios for August. Spirit and Universe, what are the outcome, advice, and guidance messages for Scorpios in August? Yep. See? Either they're trying to come back or you're wishing they would, and your mind does not need to be there. This is evidence of the fact that they are still having mental control over you. I hope that everybody says this is not my reading. You're way off base. I really do. But we have lying, cheating, stealing. We have feeling like a failure. We have one-upmanship, lose-lose situation. We have a lack of structure, lack of stability, lack of contentment in a union. So, even lack of blessings of the situation from expert advisors, therapists, counselors, psychiatrists, all that type of stuff. lack of their blessings, which means if they saw this was going on, then they would be like, no. So, advice and guidance. Okay? Do not blame yourself if you feel this way. Do not blame yourself if they're trying to make you feel that way. Scorpios, I swear one of these months we're going to have an epic reading and it's going to be really positive and it's not going to have any of this narcissistic stuff. It's not, I promise. All right. Sooner than later, it will be good, full of positivity and emotional, warm, caring, kind messages. So, all right? Advice and guidance, advice and guidance. Don't let this make you feel this way. All right? Okay, I love you. Stay tuned for your dailies. I will see you soon. All right? Bye, Scorpios.